And what's the deal? That's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I'm saying? As of this recording, it is 3:34 p.m. I mean, December 30th, 2024, baby. The day before New Year's Eve. 2024, baby. The day before New Year's Eve. I don't know if I'm going to do a video tomorrow. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm actually heading to my mom's crib, you know, to celebrate New Year's, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I might drop another video. I don't know. Maybe I might. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know. You know, so I got to think about it. But nonetheless, so, you know, I mean, there's no real news out right now. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing really juicy and such, you know, for today. You know, hold on, I'm gonna take my vitamin. You know, because after I eat, I like to take a vitamin. So hold on. That's more like it. So if you guys hear water, you already know what it is. I'm washing dishes. Dish. You know what I'm saying? So there is one report that I did see that, you know, not only had me curious, but also I started thinking about some stuff. You know, after what one person put under my comment section about, I was gonna say New Japan Pro Wrestling, but it does have a lot to do with New Japan Pro Wrestling and WWE, right? And again, this is just my opinion. You know, you guys are entitled to your opinion. Just don't get funky under the comment section and everything else, you know. But there was a report from our best friend Dave Meltzer that NXT Europe is no longer a thought, right? To the point where they're not even talking about it anymore. And I think I made a video on this, or I might have put something on social media where I said that that there's no need at this point for, you know, NXT Europe if the British scene is dead. And it's dead. Now, I mean, the European scene is basically dead. You know, the European wrestling scene, it got more hotter when, like, some 6 to 7 years ago, or 7 years ago, back in fucking 2018, 1921, 22, about 6-7 years ago, right? When the indie scene was hot, the European wrestling scene was also hot, along with the indie wrestling scene. So it was they both complemented each other very well, you know. But now, not so much. And my thing is, you know, there's no market for the European wrestling scene at this point. So it doesn't make sense for WWE to put NXT in Europe at this point. However, there is one market that I think WWE should capitalize on quickly. Very, very quickly. You know, New Japan Pro Wrestling has taken a huge hit in regards to popularity, in regards to, fan attraction. And part of it definitely is because of AEW. We know this. You know, with the way our AEW books their talent, and how, you know, not only book their talent, but how they book New Japan talent, and how they want their champions to go over New Japan Pro Wrestling champions. You know, I mean, there's a reason why Jon Moxley won the IWGP Championship not too long ago and stuff, you know, beating their guys. And because of the relationship, and because of how New Japan Pro Wrestling is not as strong as it was before, it seems like there are other promotions who's getting up there strength-wise and popularity. Pro Wrestling Noah is getting up there strength-wise. And that's also because, you know, WWE's involvement, but also, you know, like their popularity is high too in Japan. They are the second best promotion in Japan. And, you know, to me, All Japan Pro Wrestling is not a viable promotion. I'm mostly focused on Pro Wrestling Noah. And someone brought up something very interesting under the comment section. You know, about when I put about NXT Europe. Someone said that WWE should capitalize on making, NXT Japan. And I said, you know what? I think that would be a great fucking idea. Because, New Japan, like I said before, New Japan Pro Wrestling is struggling. It is struggling, and they definitely need that boost. And I think with NXT Japan, they could flood that market with stars and such there, where, they could align themselves. I mean, they already can align themselves with, they align themselves with Pro Wrestling Noah, right? And so I think with that, WWE should capitalize and attack on that market. You know what I mean? Because it's the one market that I know they want to capitalize on, right? And I know it'll be a hit. I definitely know, especially with the slump. And look, I'm not saying that I want New Japan Pro Wrestling to go out of business. I don't. But because of how AEW has treated them, during the time of this relationship, I feel like right now WWE should be like that shark and search for blood. You know what I'm saying? I think they should go for blood and, bring some competition to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Because let's keep it real, okay? New Japan Pro Wrestling does not have, they don't have real competition. I'm not saying Pro Wrestling Noah is bad competition. They're good competition, but, New Japan Pro Wrestling in Japan is basically on the same level as WWE, in the States. In Japan, that is the number one promotion in the entire for Japan. It's the number one promotion in Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling. It was All Japan Pro Wrestling number 2, but I think with what happened back in 2000 with the mass exodus and Pro Wrestling Noah being created, I think they took a massive hit in popularity and in momentum. A huge hit to the point where you don't really hear too much about, All Japan Pro Wrestling being a threat to New Japan Pro Wrestling or to any other wrestling promotion. So I think an NXT Japan will definitely work. It will clearly work because they can sign people from Japan, and they can bring in people, from Japan, from other companies to wrestle for their promotion as a way to use that as a pipeline for WWE. Like sort of like with NXT UK. And I liked NXT UK. I thought NXT UK was great. The originality of it. Because again, just like with the Indies and the UK scene, the European scene, NXT and NXT UK were basically, in that same level. NXT UK gave us Gunther, and so it gave us Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, you know what I'm saying? So I think it would do wonders. I know it would do wonders. I clearly know it would definitely do wonders for Japan and such, and for WWE as well. Because like I said, WWE wants that market. They want the Japanese market. And I think the way how they're doing it is smart. Endeavor basically looks out for WWE in a big way. And I think with Endeavor, they too see, the popularity of Japan, in their eyes. And I think with a WWE Japan, an NXT Japan, I think it would, like I said, it would do more than wonders. And again, I could also see WWE doing, a main roster show or a PLE in Japan. I could actually see that. Because I don't think they've ever done that before. They have only done regular shows. They have never done, like a PLE. I'm lying. They did. The fuck am I talking about? They did. They actually did. It wasn't really it was not really in a PLE. It was a network special. Damn, I missed those network specials. The network special that they had Brock wrestling, and also that network, that same show where it was Finn Balor against Kevin Owens for the NXT Championship. That was a good match too. That was a real good fucking match. I suggest you guys go back and see that match. You know, I think the show is called Beast in the East, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I'll find it and I'll see if I can link it into the comment section. But yeah, WWE should definitely go after not only New Japan's audience, but the Japanese audience in general. You know, and I'll tell you this right now. If they do that, the relationship between AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling is going to be even more toxic, to the point where, you know, now, especially if NXT Japan becomes the number one promotion in Japan, forget about it. You know what I mean? You can kiss the babies goodnight. Mwah! You know what I mean? But I'm about to be out, guys. You know what I'm saying? I definitely will make another video tonight, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and I definitely will come with some topics and such. You know what I mean? So, you never know what goes on in pro wrestling news and shit. So, I'm about to be out. So, I'll check y'all